and see where we are. Third. Position number one on the ORCA final plea calendar, Marcus Bell.
Good afternoon, Judge. Is Mr. Bell in court with us? Judge, if we could hold so I can continue to try to reach him, please.
Okay, was this not Mr. Bell here? Mr. No, okay, I'll hold. Position two, Dre DeLozier. Okay, we got the paperwork filled out? Okay, great. I'll take that as soon as possible. Thank you, Ms. Walken. Position number three, Kendall Derico.
Judge, that's also my case. I expect Mr. Derrico to be here. I believe that'll be a plea when he
Okay.
arrives.
Thank you. Position four, Yada Duger.
Judge, that is Miss Shelley's case. She is running behind. If we could just hold for her announcement. She is taking over all of Mr. Gaither's cases.
Okay.
If you could just sit tight, and another attorney's going to come speak with you in a moment, okay?
We'll be with you, Mr. Duger. Thank you, sir. Position five, Trey Savon Ellerby.
Judge, I did just speak to Mr. Ellerby. He is on, I sent him the Zoom link. He advised that he is pretty sick and actually threw up on the bus on his way here. So if I told him, go ahead and appear virtually. I do know that the announcement is going to be to reset to a jury trial calendar.
Okay,
And he apologizes for not being here.
I understand. Mr. Ellerby, I'm sorry you're not feeling well, sir. We're going to further notice your case to the next jury trial calendar. You'll get notification, okay?
Yep.
All right, you're free to go. Feel better, Mr. Ellerby. You're welcome. Position number six, we heard this morning, Michael Insardi. That's further notice to the next jury trial calendar. Position number seven, Lamar Jackson.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Durante questions on behalf of Mr. Jackson. Judge, he's present as well in person. Your Honor, I know this case has been reset a few times with being on this calendar because I was in the YSL trial. I've since gotten out of that and have refocused on all of the cases, this one included, Judge. I'm not sure if the court can give me another final plea. If not, we'll go ahead and move forward to the jury trial calendar. But I do need a little bit more time to speak with the state to see if we can come to a resolution short of trial.
Okay, can we do that today?
I can speak with them today, Your Honor. That's not a problem. With the type of case, with it being a DUI, there are some things that would be at stake. Right now, we have a DUI offer that would suspend my client's license. So I don't think he's ready to enter a plea today. If the state is willing to give me an offer that is maybe a reckless driving or reduced, I believe we'll have a resolution, but I'm not sure that we'll be ready to do that today.
Okay, well, let's at least speak on it today. Speak with the solicitor so that you can get their final offer. Once you do speak with, is this, whose case is this? Is this your case, Ms. Githier?
Yes, it is. And I couldn't get the attorney's name.
Partridge, Durante Partridge.
Okay. Yes, it's my case, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Githier, I'd like for you to speak with Mr. Partridge this afternoon. So I'll hold for your announcement once you're able to speak with Ms. Githier. I want to make sure that if I do grant a continuance to another date, that you have everything that you need, so that I can place it on the correct calendar. But if you all can come to terms today, given that this is a final plea calendar, I'd like for you to at least try, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll be with you. Thank you.
I'll stand by. Thank you, Judge.
Right.
With regard to Mr. Jackson, is he permitted to leave to get back to work at this point, Judge? Or?
I want him to stay so that you can talk to him regarding whatever Ms. Githier speaks to you about, so that we're all on the same page, so that if we do come back another time, that we'll know where we're going. Okay.
Right. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Stand by.
Thank you.
I'll email you my phone number,
Okay.
Mr. Partridge.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Position 8, Richard Jenkins.
Your Honor, that's Richard Earl Jenkins. I'm here. It's my understanding from the last time I was here that Mr. Gaither of the public defenders to work with me. I have not been able to get in touch with him, come here with him, and I'm here as a mercy of the court.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jenkins. I remember you being here, sir. So I'll have someone from Mr. Gaither's office speak with you this afternoon. I know that Mr. Gaither's no longer in this division, but I'll have someone speak with you this afternoon and we'll see what your case is. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, I appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you all.
Yes.
Position number 9, Curtis McCray.
Judge, that is also my case. Mr. McCray is present. If we could hold and report back, please.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. McCray. We'll be with you. My understanding that position 10 has been non-cross Larry Miller.
That's my understanding as well, Judge, and I believe he was excused.
Okay. Position 11, Kenosha Patterson.
She is on the Zoom link and I believe she's completed the paperwork.
Has the paperwork been completed?
The state's part, it has been sent to Mr. Farn.
And I have an email notification that has been returned to you, filled up completely.
So she's good, Brandy.
Okay, so Ms. Patterson, I see you there. We'll be with you, ma'am. Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Stand by for us. Thank you. Position number 12, we took a plea in this morning, Jamal Panther. Position 13, Quincy Rogers.
Roger, you can hold, I think he has a case for the, he does.
Okay, so this was going to be a diversion update. He's completed the diversion. Can we just go ahead and get that paperwork to council? I want to get you if it's all complete, can we get him a null process so I can get it signed? Afternoon, Mr. Rogers. We'll be with you. Thank you, council. And if that meets the requirements, if you can get that null process to Ms. Fulton.
Yes, Your Honor.
Position 14, Khadijah Saeed. Represented by Eric Johnson. If we can get in touch with Mr. Johnson. Position 15, Ariella Soto.
Good afternoon, Judge. That's going to be my case. Is Ms. Soto present on the Zoom call or in court?
She's in court.
She's in court. Ms.
Okay,
Helen.
Judge. I think I see her with the translator. If I could get the translator's phone number so I can speak to Ms. Soto, I just want to announce pretrial.
Okay,
In the chat if you want.
Judge, yeah, can you put it in the chat?
Yeah.
404.
1 sec.
9684.
okay. I'll hope for your announcement, Ms. Helen.
Thank you, Judge.
Position 16, Ryan Tuck. Ryan Tuck. Do we have a verification that Mr. Tuck has paid the fine? If we,
For Mr. Cook, yes, we verified that the payment is taken full.
okay, so that was his only requirements.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
so he's completed his, Position 17, Robert Willis.
He's present in the courtroom.
Yes,
We were able to verify the plea over lunch. So I need to talk to him to see if he wants to go ahead today or not.
okay. I'll hope for your announcement. Thank you. Position 18, Abdul Yahya. Yes, good afternoon, sir. Can you stand for me? Thank you. Are you represented by counsel? Okay, I'm happy to give you the opportunity to apply for a public defender. Have you done that before?
I've done it before, but it's, my case has actually taken a
very long time, so I think it's better if I had a lawyer to explain the whole situation.
Okay, well, that's what a public defender is. They're lawyers, so if you qualify, they can represent you. I'm happy to let you see if you qualify for their services today. Okay, so I'll give you that opportunity. So just hang on for me and somebody will speak with you, okay? All right, thank you. I look at show cause calendar, Khalid Abdullah. Yes, sir. I know that your attorney filed a conflict. Have you heard from Ms. Bray? You're represented by Bridget Gray? Have you?
She notified me she's on her way.
Okay, she's on her way?
Yes.
All right, thank you. We'll be with you, sir. Position 2, Deshaun Anderson. Mr. Anderson, good afternoon. Are you represented by counsel?
I put an application for.
Okay, well, we'll have someone speak with you this afternoon. Thank you, sir. We'll be with you. Position 3, Kiera Palmos.
Yeah.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. Is
Our
someone-
office does represent Ms. Pummels, so, we'll get the file from Ms. Bronstein and we'll figure out what to do next.
Okay,
Has to be clear. That's right. She's not gonna be your lawyer anymore. It's gonna be probably one of us, so. We'll be in touch with you. Just sit tight. We'll get your information, all right?
position 4, Justin Resto.
Yes, Your Honor. He is my client and he also is position number 5. I filed an entry of appearance in both cases and requested discovery. If we could hold, we can try to get a recommendation and see where we're at on the case. I'll report back.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Rosenhagen.
Oh, and just, for the offer, I sent the offer to you on December 20th for both cases, Ms. Rosenhuber.
Thank you, Ms. Githia.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's see. Is there anyone who did not hear their name or who joined me late?
Oh, yes, Judge, I do have one client, Miss Latanya Harvey, who actually appears on January 5th's calendar. If we could try to talk and then report back on her case to get her excused from the 5th. That would be
Okay,
great.
Harvey,
Yes, Judge. She's present.
okay. Okay. Ms. Rothman, are you all ready? Take your place. Okay, if you'll come on up. This is position number 2, Dre DeLozier.
Have one online.
And let's see, while we're doing, is this your case, Ms. Githia?
Yes, Your Honor.
You ready? Okay, good afternoon, Mr. DeLozier. If you could raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can place your hand down. Thank you. Ms. Githia?
Yes, Your Honor. The DUI alcohol less safe is going to be amended to reckless driving. And the state's offer is 12 months to serve 1 day, credit for time served 1 day, balance probated, to pay a $1,000 fine, to do 40 hours of community service, to do an alcohol drug evaluation and any required treatment, to attend the risk reduction course, 1 victim impact panel, and the failure to maintain lane will be dismissed, will be null pros. Does the defense stipulate to the facts, venue, and ID?
We do.
And that's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This incident happened in 2020. There's been no further incidents since then. The claim that was in as part of this incident has been covered, and we have the insurance letter from that and provided that to the prosecutor. My client had just graduated from UGA in computer science back then, and the job offer he had been extended because the pandemic was then revoked. He has been working since then, but in more or less retail, stocking shelves, things like that. And he hasn't been able to find a job in his field. This is his first arrest. He's already completed the alcohol drug evaluation. There's no treatment recommended. He's already completed the DUI school and he's already completed the victim impact panel. He has completed 39.9 hours of his community service. So he just has that one part remaining and to pay the fine. We do ask that probation be terminated upon completion of conditions. And that's it for us.
Okay. Any objection to termination, Ms. Githier?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Deloche, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 003844A, you wish to plead guilty to reckless driving, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon? You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. I'm happy that you've gone ahead and done most of the terms of the probation. That'll make it much easier on you. As such, I will allow the probation to terminate once you complete the remainder of the terms. We will give you this afternoon where you need to report to probation. I ask that you report within the next 2 weeks or so. Hopefully you can knock this out very quickly and I'll be on the way to a happy 2024 with this behind you, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, anything further?
That's it, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I'm signing off on this also. And who's gonna present for Ms. Patterson? Okay, so,
You have a big one.
yes, I do have the paperwork. While we're doing that, let's see, Ms. Githier, have you spoken with Mr. Partridge? Is he? Have you gotten, Ms. Githier, have you gotten a call on position?
Let me call him right now.
Okay, so we can move that on. Thank you. Oh, Ms. Patterson, excuse me. Are we ready on Patterson? Ms. Patterson, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Cassidakis?
Yes, Your Honor, does the defense stipulate to factual basis?
We would so stipulate.
Right, the state's recommendation, Your Honor, is for the following too closely. That's been amended to basic rules for a $150 fine. For the hit and run, it's a 12-month probation, served 4 days, credit for time served 4 days, balance probated with a $300 fine, and the no insurance and expired tag, both of those will be null cross, Your Honor.
Did she have insurance and a tag at the time of the accident?
We believe that she did, Your Honor, but since then she's given up her license, her car, she doesn't drive it all anymore. She lives in Climax, Georgia, which is in Decatur County, Georgia, down by Bainbridge. So we would ask that any reporting be done either there or by a telephone. She has no way of getting here and she will not be back here.
Okay, was this an automobile accident?
Yes, Your Honor, her insurance, the insurance has covered all the expenses.
Okay, well, I guess you did have insurance then.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ms. Corn, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Any objection to this going non-reporting once the terms are complete?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Patterson, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 004958, you wish to plead guilty to the following two close, to basic rules of hit and run. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. When you pay the fines, Ms. Patterson, the probation will go to a non-reporting status, which means that you don't have to report to probation, or you don't have to pay those probation fees. So the sooner you get that done, the sooner you won't have probation fees to pay, okay?
Yes, sir.
We'll get you where you need to report to probation. I ask that you report within the next 2 weeks, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Ms. Patterson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Could you add further check on check, please?
You do what?
Check the chat. I'm just saying her.
Ms. Patterson, are you able to check the chat feature?
Yes, sir.
Did you send her the probation information? Is that what?
Well, I need her email information.
Oh,
If you want to email it to me, I'll send it to her.
For probation?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
do we need Ms. Patterson for anything further? Okay. Okay, Ms. Patterson, you're free to go this afternoon. Have a good rest of your day.
Your Honor.
Let's see, Ms. Casadec, excuse me, was everything, for the diversion with Mr. Rogers, was that complete?
Yes, Your Honor, and Ms. Crawford should be sending a no cost form now. We contacted her.
Okay, thank you. So let me know when we have it, and I'll press so I can get that signed and dismiss, counsel and, Mr. Rogers, please. Okay, so those are the only two that I have for present time. Once you all have had an opportunity to speak, let me know, and, court be in recess until, I have.
Before you go, Your Honor, Mr. Partridge should be walking back into the courtroom.
Okay.
And then also, I'm trying to file down the amended accusation for Mr. Delozier and having some issues filing it down. So just FYI, I'm gonna reach out to Mr. Emden about that.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the last name? Abdul has last name. Okay, just first name. Spell the last name. This one, it is ABDULL. Okay.
Thank you.
She come in on public stuff. Okay. I just need to. So she's taking care of everything, for this case. I can hold her and let her know we're accepting it, and so my client's here, she's here to, just email her. Okay, all right. Is there? What she prepared?
Is there an announcement, council?
Yes, Judge. I was able to speak with the state and we've agreed to reset. The state wants to relook at the file and then provide some more mitigating evidence or factors rather for our consideration. So we're agreeing to reset it if the court is willing to do so.
Okay, Ms. Githia. You've requested additional information.
Yes, Your Honor, we're gonna, he provided some additional information. I'm gonna have to re-review and see if we can reduce it, or if we're gonna just proceed with the DUI.
Okay,
Not a decision I can make right now.
is that something we can get done by March 6th?
Yes,
Okay, March 6th, final plea calendar at 1:30. Yes, okay, and if it will be a plea, if you'll get your paperwork in, we'll get you in and out as quickly as possible. That'll be in person also. If it's not going to be a plea, then if you're gonna have motions, if you can go ahead and get those filed, I'll put you on a motions calendar, or we'll just go forward with the jury trial, okay? All right, you all have a good rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. You have a happy New Year.
You also, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be in recess until there's an announcement.
I apologize, Judge, if you were calling me. I'm still on the call with the translator as well as Ms. Soto.
So they're not gonna.
You're fine, Miss Helen. I'm not calling you.
She's still present in court. We are going to ask to further notice this case. I have communicated with Ms. Githia about the circumstances. I believe that it'll end up being a plea, Judge, but I understand if the court wants to go ahead and move it onto a trial calendar in case it's not.
Which case are you talking about, Ms. Rosenhoover?
Ms. Githia, this one was LaTanya Harvey. I responded to your
Oh,
email.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe it'll resolve short of a trial, but I understand if I don't want to ask to continue the final plea calendar for this reason unless the court is willing to do that.
Well, this was not on my calendar to start with, right? So,
Correct.
this is Judge Law's case.
Yeah.
And given that it's Judge Law's case and I was just gonna take a plea today, on the matter, I would prefer that she make any decisions about the cases that are before her.
Okay.
So I know that,
The situation, Judge, is that she had a family member pass away, her brother in Chicago. And she and her family have to drive up Friday to go to the funeral service, which is on Saturday.
okay, sorry to hear that. So what I'll do is I will allow her not to be in court on Friday. You're gonna be in court on Friday?
I will be here.
Okay, so you can let her know that because of the circumstance, it was gonna be a plea today, but I have dismissed her from this calendar, and I will let Judge Law make her own decision as to what calendar she wants her calendar. She
Of
wants to
course.
piggyback on.
That's fine, Judge. I just wanted to make sure that she didn't get a bench warrant. And I know Your Honor doesn't have complete control over that, but whatever.
No,
We can do.
I'll rule that she doesn't have to be there on Friday, so
Okay.
she won't get a bench warrant
you.
because she does not, I'm allowing her not to be in court on Friday.
Okay, thank you so much, Judge.
But I do want Judge Law to make the decision as to what calendar she wants to put it on. But
with
she doesn't
you.
have to be there and,
Thank you.
a bench warrant will not be issued. And if you have any problem with that, have her get in touch with me, okay? All right,
Thank you. I appreciate
all
it.
right. I'm sorry, ma'am, for your loss.
Thank you. And Judge, I'm gonna go find my other clients because I do have announcements on other people.
Okay, and I do have a plea that I'm ready to take of yours, Ms. Resident, whenever you're ready.
Mr. Derrick.
Yeah. Death and family.
Okay. We should get back with you, because I don't know what opportunity to you, so I have her email. Okay.
Judge, I have Mr. Derrica. We're ready on that, please. This is position number 3.
And this is your case, Ms. Githia?
Should be, yes.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Derrick.
I don't got them.
You raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Yes, Ms. Githia.
One second, I'm pulling it up. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, the state is only going to proceed on the failure to maintain lane. And the offer is 12 months probation to pay a $300 fine, a victim impact panel to participate in alcohol drug evaluation and any required treatment. And the probation will terminate after the completion of the conditions. The remaining charges, which is the DUI, alcohol less safe, possession of marijuana less than 1 ounce, and possession of open alcohol container would be null pros. Does the defense stipulate to the facts, venue, and ID?
Yes, we do.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Anything further, Ms. Rosenberg?
No, Your Honor, we would just ask that the court accepts the negotiated agreement.
Mr. Jericho, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 003908F, you wish to plead guilty to failure to maintain lane. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Derrick. Let's see, we'll give you where you need to go to probation, and the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on probation, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Sit tight, they're gonna give you the QR code, so if you don't mind just sitting like right in that front row, they'll come to you.
You can sit right.
Okay, or you can sit over here, wherever you want.
And if I can get those non-processed, Ms. Githia, I'll get those signed.
About to do that right now.
And Judge, I do have a couple other announcements while I'm up here. On the show cause calendar, Mr. Justin Resto, he is positions number 4 and number 5. Ms. Githia was absolutely correct. She did send me the offer. I just missed it. However, in her email, she said that they are still waiting on videos on both cases. And since it is a time offer, I would request another status calendar to make sure I have everything before I advise him on his next steps.
And what's been the problem with that video, getting the video, Ms. Githia?
Hold on 1 second, I'm pulling it up. Oh, actually, one of the videos we actually do have now. I can send that to you.
Okay. And which case is that for?
The 19 CR.
Okay, great.
Let me check the other one. I need to follow up with our investigator on that one. We're still waiting on that one for the 22 CR.
When were they requested?
December 12th. But I think they were requested before then also. They were requested December 12th.
Okay. And what was your request, Ms. Rosenhuber?
The status calendar on April 3rd, Judge. We can do the final plea on that date if
I'm not going back. I'm gonna go forward, okay? So it's either gonna be the same calendar, final plea, or trial calendar.
Okay, I understand that.
You don't have the videos, but
Right. I understand. This was on the show cause. This was the first time I'd met Mr. Resto. I
you're right.
still understand.
Okay, I understand. So I will place it on a status, so thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
Judge.
So the, April 3rd, 9 a.m. status calendar, does that work?
That would be great, Judge. Thank you very much.
And I apologize if I'm interrupting. Am I?
I'm sorry, what's the question?
I just have an announcement, Judge, whenever the court's ready.
Okay, give me a moment. Okay, and Mr. Resto is here.
He is, Judge.
Is he free to go?
He is.
Have everything?
I have everything I
Okay.
need.
One second,
All right, we'll see you back in April, Mr. Resto. Yes, Ms. Helen.
Yes, Judge, for position 15 on the final plea calendar, Ms. Soto, she's present in person, Judge, with the translator. I think they may be walking up now.
Yes, she's here.
And again, I didn't know if we had to wait to the translator
I'm doing that right now.
translates.
He's doing that in real time.
Okay, excellent.
Right now.
So, Judge, I am going to request that this case be put on the next available jury trial calendar.
Okay. All right, we will further notice Ms. Soto's case to the next jury trial calendar. She'll get notification of that calendar. And yes,
Judge, for the Soto case, the state would object to another reset. It's been reset multiple times, so the state would object.
we're not resetting it. We're putting it on a jury trial calendar.
Oh, okay, well, I'm sorry.
Okay. That was the request, Ms. Helen, correct?
Thank you, Judge.
So the next available jury trial calendar, she'll get notification.
Thank you, Judge. And is Ms. Soto free to go?
Yeah, she's free to go. We appreciate you being here this afternoon. You also, Mr. Interpreter, thank you.
We really do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a
Thank you,
good
Judge.
afternoon. Thank you. Okay. So, any other announcements? Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. Attorney Eric Johnson for Ms. Khadija Saeed. I'm not sure what the position on the calendar. I believe it's on the final calendar.
It's 14. 14 on final plea.
Okay, yes, Mr. Johnson.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm requesting that this matter be moved to another final plea calendar. My client is an international stewardess. She is in Papua New Guinea right now. I'm attempting to get in touch with her. The state has given us a generous offer in this matter, and I do think my client will accept that offer, but I need to get her here to do that. as I stated before, she's an international flight attendant, so I believe this court date and one of the last ones conflicted with one of her international trips that she was on before. So I would just be asking that this matter be set down for a final plea calendar so my client can be here and we can take the plea as laid out by the state.
Okay. When they get on a final plea calendar, I try to make sure that everybody knows that they're final pleas, so that whatever business that they have, that they can make sure that, I understand that he has a job, but everybody else has a job too, whether they're it's an international job, or whether it's some other type of job. So we're trying to move these cases along, and I can't do that if if we keep pushing them off calendar to calendar. So and I take it that she's not here today.
As I stated before, she's right now in New Guinea.
Okay, well, the court needs to be made aware of those types of things well before the date of the hearing. So I will give her one further opportunity since you tell me it's going to be a final plea. So please make sure that she's here the next time, and that we've got the availability. I want her to be here in person, but if somebody gives me that they are out of the country or whatever, we do have ways that with the Zoom and everything.
She had the Zoom link. I figured she would be on Zoom, but I tried to contact. I'm not sure if their internet or whatever where she is right now is available to do so. But she did have all intentions to appear by Zoom.
Okay. Well, she needs to make this a priority. So regardless of where she is, this needs to be made a priority. But I will give you the opportunity to have her. I want her here in person next time.
Yeah, sure.
April 3rd, the final plea calendar, and it's going to be at the same time at 1:30. Okay. You're welcome. Yes. Have a good afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
And Your Honor, just to confirm, you said April 3rd at 1:30?
Yes, you'll get notification. You're welcome. Any other announcements?
Your Honor, I do have one announcement. I'd be helpful if I could tell you what it is. Richard Jenkins, he's on the final plea calendar.
Okay.
I've had a fairly good interview with him today. I need to speak with the solicitor's office, Ms. Githia. Hopefully I'm not messing her name up too badly. So I would either ask for a continuance or placed on a trial calendar because he is not prepared to enter or change a plea. We do have an offer. We do have discovery.
And so what was the offer?
It was a diversion offer.
Okay. So if I place this on the jury trial calendar, are you all going to withdraw that diversion offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's the problem for your client, because he has the opportunity to not have something on his record if he can make a decision today. But if he doesn't want to make a decision today, that offer is off the table. I'm happy to put it on a jury trial calendar, which he has the, as you know, the right to go on. But if it goes on that jury trial calendar,
Correct.
we will have a jury trial.
That makes sense, Your Honor.
Okay, so the diversion offer apparently will not be, it's being withdrawn, so there won't be a diversion offer. It's my understanding going forward. If he wants to have a jury trial, he can have a jury trial, but we will have a jury trial.
That's good.
Okay.
He understands that, Judge. He's a 30-year veteran of the probation office of Fulton County, so he's very aware of how things work.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that he heard that from the court, and that everyone does have that right, and I'm happy to give to put that down. But we will have a jury trial. Will be upcoming in either March or April or May of this year. So
Let me just say this, without attempting to anger the court. I am innocent. I will plead not guilty. And I feel I'm hurt because I was accused of something as a man who's 70 years old, worked 30-some years as a probation officer, who, if my parents down in Louisiana, if you
Mr.
had to
Jen,
make a phone call, my parents gave you could make a phone call with a nickel. My parents told me, all of us sons, my mother and father, if you get in trouble one time, you could call us. They gave us a nickel. But if you rape somebody or rob somebody, tell them, Lord, we don't know you.
Mr. Jenkins, I'm going to be communicating with the solicitor's office, and see if we can work on your case.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, so Mr. Jenkins, I just, you don't anger the court. I mean, it's everyone's right to have a jury trial. And I understand you're passionate about it. I just wanted to make sure that you heard from the court, what the expectation would be. And, you have your day, you'll have your day, in court, but I just wanted to let you know that that day is gonna come so that you can, meet these charges.
Let me just say this, I think as an erudite person as you are, in Louisiana, we have remnants of Napoleonic law. And Napoleonic law, you're guilty until proven innocent.
Well, that's not the law here, so you have we'll set you down for the next jury trial calendar, sir, and I look forward to seeing you back at that time, okay?
I'll
Thank you so much.
All right. Very good. You have a good rest of your days.
Okay.
Is he free to go?
Yes, thank you, Judge. You may be excused, Mr. Jenkins. The court has excused you.
One other thing before I leave, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
If I should want to measure the length of this courtroom from that wall to this wall, with a regular tape, would I need some special permission to do that?
Probably so. I would imagine you would, but
And who should I go to see that?
that I don't know. You'll have to check with the clerk's office. Maybe they can put you in touch with somebody, okay?
And I may leave now.
Yes, sir. You have a good rest. You're welcome, sir. Have a good rest of your day.
Okay, good seeing you again.
You're welcome, sir. Any other announcements?
What is? Judge, I do know that Ms. Githia and I are working out a plea on position number 9, Mr. Curtis McCray.
Okay,
We haven't done that paperwork yet, but it's being worked on just to put it on the court's radar.
all right,
Yeah.
just let me know.
Position 1 is also going to be a plea on the show cause. I'm sending the plea documents. I had to resend them.
Position 4 on final plea is gonna be.
Who's the prosecutor?
Okay, so let me know when the paperwork is ready for all of those cases.
Sarita, can you hear me? Oh, are you working on, are you working on plea paperwork for Curtis McCray for me?
Doing it right now.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Just making sure. I appreciate it.
Okay, Ms. Bolton, yes?
What was the MP order that you needed? The no cross order that was needed? Remember it was the attorney? Do you know the position it was?
Yes.
Oh, it was 13.
License? Yes, it is. It was.
That's the right there.
It's not coming, because that's the one you have to pay the $250.
So we gonna reset it?
Guess we have to.
Is that what they said? I'm sorry, I missed that notice.
Um,
Or are you waiting on council?
I was waiting on council, yeah, if he pays it, then, but if he hadn't paid it, he probably doesn't have it right now, so.
My brain is causing me little headaches right now. I'm like, supposed to work tomorrow. I haven't sent you anything for once. I have like 1 or 2 cases on each.
So if we can just follow up and find out when his client plans on paying it, if he can, right, if he can pay it, then it's over. If he, and we can get the malprause. If he doesn't pay it, then we'll have to put it on another calendar.
Yeah, I'll be honest, there.
I guess.
You might ask them how long it's gonna take.
It just-
Cause I, a lot of those cases, I just go and take and
You just do what?
the cases that are in the place of conviction, I just take remedies and take.
Okay, well, just let him, yeah, let's just make sure that, find out when he can get it paid by and see if he gets it paid. No, he was the one that I released, the attorney.
2016.
He's the one you got the number for? No, call the attorney, yes. But didn't I think Miss, Casadecas called him. Did Mr. Griggs indicate, that his client was going to pay the money?
He's gonna contact his client.
Okay. I guess we just need to know when he's gonna get it paid so that,
Should I call back? I was.
well, just let him know that we just need to know whether we're gonna place him on another calendar or whether he's gonna get it paid sometime soon so that we don't have to.
Okay.
Hey, Attorney Grace, this is Georgia Bass again. Do you know when your client is gonna pay? Cause the judge is trying to figure out if we need to place you on a different calendar or if you guys are gonna pay today or. You're able to get him? Place on the calendar. Hold on 1 second. Your Honor, he's requesting to be placed on a different calendar. I'll put him on speaker.
That's fine. April 3rd, status calendar at 9 a.m.
At 9 a.m. Okay. Okay, thank you, my pleasure. Thanks, Judge.
All right, thank you. What do you?
I'm sorry.
if she's gonna have specific questions about that. I'm sorry, I'm putting you in this.
No, I mean, I'd rather just because, you know, judge.
I do, yeah, yeah, I get it.
We ready on Mr. McCray?
Judge, if Ms. Cynthia is ready, I'm ready.
Okay. Ms. Githier, are you ready on McCray?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, you're ready.
Good afternoon, Mr. McCray.
Afternoon.
Raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Githier,
Yes, Your Honor. For the charge of public indecency, the state's offer is 12 months probation to do 60 hours of community service, to attend a sexual deviancy class, stay away from extra space storage located at 890 Chattahoochee Avenue in Atlanta, and to have no contact with Asia Vanderhall. Does the defense stipulate to the facts, venue, and ID?
Yes, we do.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Sterling Hoover.
Yes, Judge, we would ask that the court accepts this negotiated agreement. Mr. McCray is currently in substance abuse counseling and he is working. And so he's going to do the very best he can to knock out these community service hours. Ms. Githier and I didn't specifically address it, but if the court is willing to make probation be non-reporting after his conditions are completed, I know Mr. McCray would appreciate that.
Okay. Mr. McCray is. Yes, Ms.
I
Githier.
was say no objection to the non-reporting.
Okay, thank you. Mr. McCray, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 006434F, you wish to plead guilty to public indecency, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. McCray, I will allow it to go to a non-reporting status, and the sooner you get it done, the terms, the sooner you won't have to be on reporting probation, and the sooner you won't have to pay those fees, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
We will give you what you need to report to probation this afternoon. I ask that you report within the next 2 weeks or so, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So sit tight and a litigation manager is gonna talk. They want to show right here. They're gonna bring you a QR code. You have a smartphone on you? You do. No, this is, it's a QR code that'll link you up with Google for it. There, I'll show you. Go within 2 weeks. And that's all we're done.
So we just waiting on paperwork.
I'll just wrap this cream. I don't know how it was it.
Service. Yeah, go ahead. You still have to get that service. But make sure you come back.
Ms. Shelley, are you ready on Duggar?
Yes.
Okay, whenever you're all ready, you can come up.
Okay. State's ready on Douglas.
Okay.
Yeah.
One can visit about, yeah. Should be. Sorry for.
Good afternoon again, Mr. Duggar.
How you doing?
Good, thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me?
This
You
way.
swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor, does the defense stipulate to a factual basis, venue and ID?
We do.
Right, the state's recommendation, Your Honor, is 12 months probation. Serve 9 days, credit for time served, balance probated, 12 anger management. And Your Honor, if the court would change the no contact to a no violent contact on the plea form with Angel Foreman, and that's gonna be the state's recommendation.
Shelley?
That's correct, Your Honor. We'd ask the court to accept the recommendation as negotiated. Ms. Foreman is my client's daughter's girlfriend. They have an on and off again relationships, and sometimes Ms. Foreman still comes to his home. So that's why we asked for the no violent contact. He, of course, is going to ask his daughter to just, let's not bring Ms. Foreman around while he's on probation. However, he can't control what his daughter does all the time. She's a grown woman. My client's here in front of the court today, ready to change his plea. Apologies to the court. He's a working man. He's been to every court date, and he's glad that this case is being able to be resolved today. And I think that's all I have, Your Honor. Oh, the last thing was I did notice on the DocuSign that it says 2023 for the date of the plea at the bottom. So if the court would change that to 2024, and I can initial it.
Okay.
And I believe we're working on fixing that.
Okay, that's fine. Let's see, any objection to termination once the terms are completed?
No objection.
Mr. Dugan, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 0000703F, you wish to plead guilty to battery, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Let's see, as soon as you get the terms done, meaning that you do the 12 hours of anger management, that I'm gonna have the probation terminate. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you're not gonna be on probation, and the sooner you have this behind you, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I'll ask that you report to probation within the next 2 weeks or so. We'll give you where you need to report. And I wish you the best, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes.
Probation's gonna come visit you. I'm gonna write down the name of that anger management place that she recommended. The Zoom meeting.
That's good. It's, yes. I didn't change, you know.
You're muted, Your Honor.
Okay, you can answer.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, thank you. And this is position number 1 on the show cause calendar. Who's presenting for the state?
That would be me, Your Honor.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yes, we're ready. Go ahead,
Okay.
Ms. Yeah.
For the DUI alcohol less safe, the state's offer is 12 months to serve 24 hours, credit for time served 24 hours, balance probated, pay a $300 fine, to perform 40 hours of community service, to do an alcohol drug evaluation and any required treatment, attend risk reduction course, and 1 victim impact panel. The failure to obey traffic signs would be no pros, and the expired tag or unregistered vehicle, 12 months probation, $100 fine, and it would be concurrent. Does the defense stipulate to the facts, venue, and ID?
Yes.
That's what I have, Your Honor.
Counsel, anything further?
Your Honor, the only thing that I would ask is if we could have his probation go non-reporting once he completes all the terms of the plea.
Okay, any objection?
No objection.
Mr. Abdullahi, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 001042F, you wish to plead guilty to DUI less safe and expired tag or unregistered vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon? You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and if by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
I do.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. I will have the probation go to a non-reporting status once you complete the term. So the sooner you get the terms complete, the sooner you won't have to report to probation or pay those probation fees, okay? I ask that you report to probation within the next 2 weeks or so. We'll give you where you need to report this afternoon. And there's nothing further. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
We would ask for an affidavit of first conviction if possible.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
And I take it there's no objection to that, Ms. Gutierrez.
No objection.
And we'll get that for you also, Ms. Bray.
Thank you, Your Honor. And with that, that concludes my business. May I be excused?
Yes, have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me ask. I never- Yeah. And if he doesn't have it, we need a lost license affidavit to send down now. Okay.
That's all I'm just gonna do. I'm just gonna go with what you
And you guys are still doing it, or basically it's just the referral to probation and then he goes within 2 weeks, or do you guys give him a day to go? You guys change it up on me all the time. I just have to make sure. Okay. Okay. All right.
So it will get the judge sign off and he can take it tomorrow. And let me go.
Okay. Let me go see if he has it. I forgot to ask.
No, no worries.
So they have to take it. Oh, sorry, then
Please.
oh, that thing is long.
Yeah.
When you go to India, just go ahead and get an ID.
Yeah. I'll be here.
But this actually, so what they're gonna do is. Believe it or not, it's be the process of you doing.
I'm gonna let the judge sign me.
Alright.
So, question though, this is my.
Did you got notice of this, of court?
I'm not sure how we're waiting on Ms. Hoover.
One announcement, Judge, I've tried to get in touch with Mr. Marcus Bell. I have had success reaching him in the past, but not in the new year. I'll be very candid with the court about that. Of course, I would ask for a show cause date since I have filed an entry and have been able to talk to him in the past. It's possible his phone was cut off. I'm not sure.
Were you anticipating a plea today?
I would need to continue to speak with the judge. That's my candid.
Okay. And when's the last time you spoke with them?
Shortly after our last court date, which I believe was in November.
And did you need anything further from the state on this case?
I received updated discovery. I have an offer. I have everything I need from them.
Okay, but you haven't been able to communicate any of that to him.
I communicated the offer after the last court date, but he didn't say explicitly that he accepted it and wanted to plea. But I would need more time to kind of talk to him about his options.
Oh. Since you've already been in touch with them, I'll give them one further opportunity. We'll place him on the show cause calendar at 1:30 on April 3rd.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you so much for the help.
All right. So who else are we waiting on?
Yes, we're just waiting for some signs, because I'm excited to come from over there.
Okay. What case, which case? Okay.
So.
And, okay, so that would mean we're taking care of everybody else. Okay, so what on Mr. Willis?
Yes.
Am I forgetting anything? Reprobation because you don't have a gun.
And we got the paperwork on him. Ms. Bolton.
No, I didn't forget anything. Oh, yeah. Waiting. Thank you, driver. Your driver's license.
And the carrying a weapon without a valid license for Mr. Willis has been, non-processed.
Yes, Your Honor, that's right. We
Okay.
received an issue of the concealed weapons charge.
All right, so the only charges going forward are the discharge of firearm, and reckless conduct.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Is that what you need to verify, Ms. Bolton?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Willis.
Afternoon.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm your testimony you're about to give before this court for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
The defense stipulate to a factual basis, venue, and ID.
We do.
The state's recommendation, Your Honor, for the discharge of a firearm on or near public highway or street. And for the reckless conduct, it's gonna be a 12 months probation, and it's gonna run concurrent with the reckless. Served 10 days. The one that did not serve any days in custody, so there's no credit for time served, Your Honor. Balance probated. 80 hours community service. Forfeit of firearm. Gun safety class. Stay away from 1890 Myrtle Drive, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia. And get the GED, which he already did, Your Honor. That's all.
Would you give me the factual basis, please?
Yes, Your Honor, one moment. On or about, the state expects the evidence to show that on or about April 7th, 2020, the defendant did without legal justification discharge a gun or pistol within 50 yards of a public highway or street, Your Honor, in violation of OCGA 1611-103. That's what I have, Your Honor. Did you need more facts?
You were doing it because you were stuck, right?
He endangered the bodily safety of the general public by consciously disregarding any substantial and unjustifiable risk that his act by firing a weapon in a residential area, Your Honor, there are people around there, people are living there, that would cause harm or endanger the safety of such persons. And the disregard constitutes a gross deviation from the standard of care which a reasonable person would exercise in violation of OCGA 16-5-60B.
Are you gonna have anything further from the council in regards to that?
Yeah, I do, Your Honor. Back in 2000, this was in 2020, my client was 22 years old. And he had been, this weapon was not stolen. He doesn't have the weapon anymore. He forfeited it when he was arrested. However, what happened was that the gun had been given to him by a friend. Don't know how they're not friends anymore. And he said it was stuck and he was messing with it to try and, I don't know anything about guns. I'm from England. So if anything, I don't even bring them up at trial because I sound stupid. But basically, from what I understand, the weapon was stuck and he was trying to unstick it and it went off.
Right.
It was not pointed at anyone. And hence, there was no aggravated assault charges in this matter. He hasn't been in any trouble since. He does not have a gun. He has taken a gun safety course since then. So I would just ask the court to accept this negotiated plea. He is 26 years old now. He's gainfully employed. And he does have his GED. He accepts responsibility for this. He's been coming to court and made this decision today, even though he will be going into custody. We are going to ask the court for a turn-in date within whatever parameters the court would allow us to do that so that he could let his employer know where he's going to be.
What is his history?
Yes, and Your Honor, if I could add one thing before the history, the suspect also admitted to firing 2 rounds in the back of the complex. His history.
He had a 10-year probation sentence for theft by robbery by snatching. When he was very, very young. He got off probation for that in 2016, I believe, correct?
So cycle 1, petty theft, 1st degree. That's all I have on this one.
Okay, where's he working?
I got assigned to warehouse in local road, so I was out of state working on lawn care. But when the winter hit, they started laying people off, so I moved back.
Okay.
Didn't you say you got another job for the winter?
Yeah, I bought a pressure washer, so I just do the pressure washing on the side.
Your Honor, in additional criminal history, there are 4 cycles. Cycle 1 was criminal trespass, which was null prost. Cycle 2 was robbery, which was a felony. That he used his first offender act. Was driving without a valid license. Time expired, hit and run, time expired, and cycle 4 probation violation, Your Honor.
Okay. When does he plan on doing the time continuous?
Yes.
Okay, and he understands that he'll get 2 for 1, so that the 10 days will be in essence 5.
Yes, I did explain that to him.
Okay,
Of course, it's up to the sheriff,
right,
you know, hopefully it'll all work out, yeah.
okay. Anything else, counsel?
Well, I don't want to push my luck, but I was going to ask if the court would consider waiving his probation fees. He's fairly indigent right now, since it's quite cold and no one wants their houses washed and they're all poor after Christmas. So I was going to ask the court for that and then push my luck even further and ask for early termination. And
The state would object, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm not gonna terminate him early, but I am gonna waive some probation fees for him to help
Thank
him
you.
get on his feet. All right, anything else before I take the plea?
no, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Willis, it's my understanding that in case 20 COV 000042, you wish to plead guilty to discharge a firearm at or near a public highway or street in reckless conduct. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Does he have a place to stay? Do we know? Do you have a place to stay?
Yes, yes, he has two addresses. It's got one down in McDonough and one in Buckhead with family members.
Let's see. And when does he want to turn himself in?
We hadn't really gotten that far.
Like, I guess next
Never.
week.
Okay, so today is Wednesday.
Wednesday the 3rd.
You want to Monday?
Yeah, Monday's
Does that
fine.
give you time?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so what time can you get there by?
Well, I wake up early.
Say it again?
I wake up early.
Okay, so you want to go first thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right. So 10 o'clock?
That would be after traffic.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll turn yourself in by 10 o'clock on what is next Monday? Today's the 3rd. The 8th, Monday the 8th, and does he know where to go?
Right Street.
Yeah, we'll make sure you know where to go. I'm gonna waive 6 months of the probation fees, okay? That should give you enough time to get yourself a job and to have some time on the job, so that you get on your feet before you have to start paying the probation fees. I will require that you be on probation the whole 12 months. But I'll help you out with the first 6 months of probation. Anything else, counsel?
No?
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
I
That I
was
can't
gonna,
answer.
I was gonna explain like why it's happening.
Well, that would be a trial issue.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say like, I wasn't just running around shooting. After it happened, I talked to the officer and explained to him I had like a bullet like large, then it wouldn't cycle back. It wouldn't rack back. Say if I went to eject around, it wouldn't rack back. And so I thought at the time it would just go into a little area where nobody was around in the grass. And I fired the round out, and then I told the officer that. He was like, no, instead of doing, he showed me like the proper way to do that if that ever happens. It was like, yeah. But
Okay. I'm hesitating because, you're a young man, you worked out a deal, but, I don't want to see you incarcerated. I want to see you get on the right foot so that, you know, you can be productive. Yeah, I just don't know how to, you know, what would be of, you know, you could have really harmed somebody on one hand. But I don't know, to be quite honest, if you spending time in jail is the solution to it. What you're telling me, I don't know if that punishment fits the crime. That's the way I personally feel about it. I think you could be better served by being productive within the community as opposed to just sitting in jail. So I guess what I'm saying to you is that I'm not going to accept the recommendation. What I'm going to do is give you more community service in lieu of jail. So you won't be incarcerated, but you'll be helping the community by, you know, by being productive. Okay?
Sure. So,
and was he arrested on citation? Well, what was the issue? Was, if he didn't spend any time in jail, he,
When did the officer give you the gun, but take your gun? What happened?
well, I was detained by the security
The
that
guy
was
that
there,
called the cops?
and then the police came and ran the gun, and it came back clean, because it was legally purchased.
And then they sent you home and you got a notice in the mail to come to court?
No, I think it was around COVID, when COVID was happening, so I think the officer called up there.
And they wouldn't take
They
you?
said, no, just give them a citation, it's too much going on.
Gotcha.
And
Thank you. Yes, that would be April 2020, so that's when COVID really was exploding.
all right, I'm not gonna have him serve any jail time. I am going to increase the hours of community service from 80 hours to 180 hours of community service. I think that you'd be better served by being out in the community and doing something productive. Okay, I'm giving you that opportunity. With all the other conditions that you agreed to, I still will waive those fees for you for the first 6 months.
All right.
And you know, I hope you use this opportunity to do something positive and get you know, get on the right foot, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I will.
Anything further, counsel?
No, thank you, Your Honor. We appreciate your candor and flexibility.
Okay. Good luck to you, Mr. Willis. We're gonna
Thank
give you where you need to report to probation, and I ask that you report within the next 2 weeks or so,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Right.
All right, good luck to you. I'll see you. Okay, I think that completes, does that complete the 1:30 calendar? So. both of them. Thank you.
Wait on me,
Yeah, I don't, you have something for me to sign or?
I'll present it to you.
Bailiff deputy. You might just want to use my laptop, sure. I'll be back in the morning and I don't need it because I don't. Sure if it's okay.
Do you want to put it up here? I mean, I don't mind if, yeah, I mean,
Look, it got the green.
okay, I mean, I'm happy to leave it here. We can't be responsible for it, but the court will be locked. Okay,
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's very grateful that it's on my, going down the stairs.
so whenever you're ready, Ms. Bolton.
Yes. Hello, can everyone hear me on Zoom?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you on Zoom.
Knock, knock, are y'all still awake?
Okay, so. All right, so I'm about to go ahead and go over the calendar. So we're gonna start with the ORCA final plea for January 3rd, 2024. 1:30 calendar. Position 1, reset show cause April 3rd. Position 2 was a plea. Position 3 was a plea. Position 4 was a plea. Position 5, jury trial demand. Position 6, jury trial demand. Position 7, reset final plea to March 6th. Position 8, jury trial demand. Position 9 was a plea. Position 10 was a no pros on November 29th. Position 11 was a plea. Position 12 was a plea. Position 13, reset status April 3rd. Position,
Okay, I'm sorry.
position 13,
Yes. it was reset, yes, sorry.
yes, is reset, my apologies, thank you. So position 13 was a reset status for April 3rd. Position 14, reset final plea April 3rd. Position 15, jury trial demand. Position 16 was closed out. Defendant was excused. Position 17 was a plea. And position 18, reset status April 3rd. For the ORCA show cause January 3rd, 2024 at 1:30 PM. Position 1 was a plea. Position 2, reset status April 3rd. Position 3, reset status April 3rd. Position 4, reset status April 3rd. And position 5, reset status April 3rd. Questions, concerns, corrections? Thank you.
Okay, thank you all. I appreciate all the hard work today and I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Have a good evening.
So,
Have a good evening.
thank you.